Good morning. Welcome to my video class sessions. Dear friends, in this particular session, I am very happy to share a very important topic, ongoing world topic, that is the ITER. ITER is International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor. This reactor or the main aim of this ITER is the way to new energy. The way to new energy. It gives me immense pleasure to share this one because this is a remarkable, prestigious and mega ongoing project on the world platform as a formidable, common challenge for 35 countries on this planet. What it means is, on a world platform, a mega project is going on to create a new version of energy by the contribution of 35 countries covering 3 continents. That's why it is a very great and a remarkable ongoing project, and every human being on the planet is much interesting about the progress and the ultimate achievements of this particular project. Right. No doubt it is a very remarkable project. We know that energy is the prime need of this globe. The activities on this globe, the activities in the world, the development of a country in all dimensions depends upon the availability of energy and the consumption of energy. And the most common form is the electrical energy. There are so many means with which we are producing electrical energy or the energy, in which the energy resources are broadly divided into non-renewable energy sources, that is the conventional energy sources, and the renewable energy sources. Conventional energy sources or non-renewable energy sources are the traditional energy sources which are depleting day by day, and at the same time they are the major things that will produce a large amount of pollution in the world. Whereas the other part, renewable energy, yes, it's an excellent kind of energy. Okay, and from 50 or 60 years back from onwards, the entire world is very seriously focused on the renewable energy. So many things are already evolved, and so many projects are going on, and the renewable energy is slowly coming to the way of utilization, but not at the doorsteps of the common man. Of course, the technology, the increasing technology ultimately achieves that step also. We will be hopeful about this one. Meanwhile, the World Common Platform with a group of 35 countries are already started this great and a mega project which is known as International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor. They want to establish thermonuclear experimental reactor. Okay? International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor. Its headquarters are located at St. Paul d'Arens in provinces of South France. 35 countries are participating, 35 nations are participating. The motto is the way to new energy. It was formed on 24th October 2007. And of course, the headquarters are staying or located at St. Paul d'Arens in South France. The Director General of this one is Osamu Motozuma, and of course the organization website is this one. And the inner formula of producing the producing energy is world could soon be fueled by nuclear fusion. It means that this mega project aim is to produce large and huge amounts of clean energy and eco-friendly energy by means of nuclear fusion. Very, very important, nuclear fusion. Okay, a very interesting nuclear fusion. Nuclear fusion. H12, H12. Okay, right. H12 and H13. Deuterium and tritium. This nuclear fusion is formulated due to the fusion of a deuterium and tritium, H12 and H13, to give He, helium and a neutron, and as a result you will get 35.5 million electron volts with helium and 14.1 million electron volt with neutron, and as a whole the total energy that liberates or that generates in the fusion of each one deuterium and tritium is 17.6 million electron volts. 17.6 million electron volts. This is the most interesting and important fusion reaction that leads to the generation of huge amount of energy. Very huge amount of energy. That's why this particular fusion reaction was selected for this mega project. Okay, right. Unlimited energy fusion, the nuclear reaction that powers the sun and the stars. You know, star is a body. Star is a body where the nuclear fusion takes place. Star is a self-luminescent body, and it is the body where the nuclear fusion takes place naturally. Natural nuclear fusion reaction takes place in the stars, and of course sun is one of such a star. And it is the potential source of safe, non-carbon emitting and virtually limitless energy. It is a safe energy, non-carbon emitting energy. Okay, it means that most of it is as a more or less it is eco-friendly energy. And of course, most important, the other one is virtually limitless energy. Huge amount of energy will be able to get by means of this one. Harnessing of fusion's power is the goal of ITER. The goal of ITER is how to harness the fusion. Okay, how to cultivate and how to get the energy by means of fusion. Okay, which has been designed as the key experimental setup between today's fusion research machines and tomorrow's fusion power plants. Now the ITER is going to build an experimental fusion reactor. The success of this experimental fusion reactor will be a barrier between the today's fusion research machines and tomorrow's fusion power plants. It means that if this is successful, then tomorrow so many nuclear fusion power plants will be established in order to address the needs of the energy needs of the globe, and a tremendous amount of energy will be available by means of this particular fusion power plants. The ITER is one of the most ambitious energy projects in the world today. It is right to say that it is one of the most ambitious energy projects in the world today. By means of an amazing machine, 1 million components, 10 million parts, the ITER tokamak will be, tokamak means toroidal kind of reactor, toroidal kind of reactor is known as tokamak, will be the largest and most powerful fusion device in the world. It is designed to produce 500 megawatt of fusion power for 50 megawatt of input heating power. By giving an input heating power of 50 megawatt, they want to achieve 500 megawatt of fusion power. A power amplification ratio is 10 here. What is the power amplification ratio? Output power by input power is equal to 500 by 50, it is 10. And it will take its place in the history as the first fusion device to create net energy. If this will success, the ITER machine or the ITER fusion reactor will remain as the first fusion device to create net fusion energy. And this is a desire of 35 countries and a span of 35 years. ITER members are China, the European Union. The European Union consists of nearly about 28 countries. India, Japan, Korea, Russia and United States. They entered into an agreement for a 35 years collaboration to build and operate the ITER device. A 2-decade research program is planned during which the members will share in the experimental results and in any generated intellectual property. The roadway of this ITER is also involved. A 2-decade research program is planned during which the members will share in the experimental results. They will analyze and they will do so many things with the experimental results and in a way to generate intellectual property. Their ultimate results leads to the intellectual property and they want to own this one. Right. The working language for the project is English. Of course, it is taken that the ITER member represents 3 continents or 40 languages of the world's population and 85% of the global gross domestic product. Involvement of 35 countries from 3 continents covering 40 languages and covering of the world population will lead to the 85% of the global gross domestic product. It means that ITER is involved such a tremendous inputs of human resources. Right. Each member has to create a domestic agency. Each member is given some target. Each member has to allocated some targets. That's why they has to create a domestic agent to fulfill its procurement. It means that there are some contribution for each and every member to the ITER. These contributions should be fulfilled. Okay, and this will be the procurements from each and every member countries to the ITER ultimately. And the thing is, procurement responsibilities to the ITER. Okay, it means that the procurement responsibilities to the ITER will be fulfilled by the member countries. These agencies employ their own staff, okay, have their own budget, okay, and contract directly with the industry. Industry means the ultimate, okay, the ITER and of course its machinery, okay, and the mission of the ITER. Right, it is a massive construction. ITER is not a simple one. It is a massive construction. ITER construction is underway now. It is going on. On the ITER site, buildings are rising. Abroad, machine and plant components are leaving factories on 3 continents. It means that already the member countries that are prepared or manufactured the components of the plants will on the way rushed towards the ITER, the original place of the ITER. In the year ahead, over 4,000 workers will be required for on-site building, assembly and installation activities. Okay, if all the components are procured and if ITER is ready to construct its final what is this one, the tokamak device, okay, 4,000 workers are needed, on-site workers are needed, okay, to address the building purpose, for the assembly purpose and installation of the activities. Right, this is the overview of what is this one, the ITER tokamak, an integrated plant system. Okay, this is the overview of the design of ITER tokamak and integrated plant system. Tokamak, the plasma device or the fusion device, and the integrated plant device. I mean that its peripherals, including the peripherals, are shown in this diagram. Right. The contents. Presently, we want to discuss the brief introduction on ITER, need of nuclear energy, nuclear fission and its type. Of course, it is not needed here, just for token of discussing about the fusion. Let us discuss a few words on the fission, nuclear reactors, atom bomb, nuclear fusion, plasma, stellar energy, which is nothing but it is because of the fusion, fusion on the earth, fusion reactors, objectives of ITER, DT fusion reaction, very important. Okay, deuterium tritium fusion reaction is the core reaction that is selected for the nuclear fusion of this ITER, deuterium tritium fusion reaction. Right, significance of ITER fusion, technical design of ITER reactor, ITER story, fusion reactor with all, ITER phases, roadmap from 2007 to 2017 and 2027. Actually, this is 2007 to 2027. Small mistake is arised here. 2007 to 2027. Right. Okay. 2027 is targeted so that they can able to build this tokamak nuclear fusion reaction, where the experimental fusion reaction may be going may be conducted on that particular year, that is 2027, not 2017, 2027. Right. Brief introduction on the ITER. Of course, in Latin it is the ITER means the Latin means the way or the road. International Nuclear Fusion Research and Engineering. It is a mega project, currently building the world's largest experimental tokamak nuclear fusion reaction in the South France. Okay, all these things just I revealed. The ITER project aimed to make plasma. Right, now this is very important thing. The ITER project aims to make plasma to full-scale electricity producing fusion power plants. Okay, what is the main aim of this ITER? ITER aims to produce plasma in order to address the full-scale electricity producing fusion power plants. Okay, the plasma to address the needs of the full-scale electricity producing fusion power plants. Okay, funded and run by 7 member entities. 7 member entities: European Union, 1 member entity; India, Japan, okay, People's Republic of China, Russia, South Korea, and United States. Whereas, of course, the European states again having about 28 nations, right, designed to produce 500 megawatt of output power, and the building cost, estimated building cost is about 50 billion US dollars. Construction phase in 2019, plasma experiments. Okay, construction phase will start in 2019. Plasma experiments may begin in 2020. Deuterium-tritium fission will be aimed on 2027 if everything is okay. If the targets are going on properly, by the year 2027, deuterium-tritium fusion will be experimentally done as far as the tokamak fusion reactor is concerned. Fusion power has a potential to prove sufficient energy to satisfy mounting demand and to do so sustainable with a relatively small impact on the environment. Right. This fusion power is a huge amount of energy. This will certainly addresses the whatever the large amounts of demands that are there on this globe, and it will be a sustainable energy, but relatively small impact on the environment. The impact on the environment is very, very small. When compared with the traditional non-renewable energy sources are concerned. ITER's potential role is the harnessing of fusion, nuclear fusion as a peaceful power source. It is to harnessing of nuclear fusion as a peaceful power source. ITER began in 1985 as a Reagan-Gorbachev initiative. The then American President Ronald Reagan and the then Russia President Gorbachev initially initiated this idea of ITER in the year 1985. Their valuable contributions and their valuable vision now it makes into a proper form and a realistic view, and it's all the things are properly going on because of their vision. Right. On June 28, 2005, it was officially announced that ITER will be built in European Union in South France. Finally, 35 participating nations are listed in this one. Need of nuclear energy. In this context, we will just look at the need of nuclear energy. Different methods of production of power. There are different methods. Comparison among the various factors. Nuclear energy, there is fission energy. Present nuclear reactions are fission reactions. Advantages, disadvantages, nuclear hazards. Impact of nuclear power stations. Battering with nuclear fusion. Now the thing is, different methods of production of power. There are, I don't want to list out all those things. So non-conventional energy power projects are there. Non-conventional energy, conventional energy power project, power producing agents are there. They are known as the traditional. They are non-renewable. They are meant for, of course, very large, huge amount of pollution on the globe. And the other side is the renewable energy source. non-conventional, they are the conventional energy sources, right? There are so many things, and nuclear energy is a huge energy. Nuclear energy is meant for huge energy, and nuclear fission energy, okay, controlled chain reaction will give nuclear fission, and the fission reactors are still there. They are addressing power, okay, as far as a few countries on the globe is concerned, right? Nuclear energy is a, once the plant is established, the the production cost or the cost of the energy will be very less, very less, and the huge amounts of energy will be generated, okay, and more or less it is eco-friendly, a less number of non-carbon emitting sources of energy, right? Destructs very small the ecosystems and other things there, those are the some disadvantages, but nuclear hazards are very important thing. If any unwanted and of course unexpected thing is happened in the nuclear power plants, this leads to the nuclear hazards, which is very dangerous for the existence on that particular area. That's why we should be very careful about the nuclear hazards, right? Impact of a nuclear power station, okay, nuclear power station impact is also not so dangerous as far as the ecosystem is concerned, right? Bettering with fusion reactors, right? Why we are going for the fusion reactors? Because fusion reactors, now we will see fusion reactors, okay, they will harness so much of energy. We can able to harness so much of energy with good power factor, and at the same time its impact on the environment is very small, and okay, better it is somewhat not dangerous, okay, and low probability is there for the nuclear hazards also, right? Fission type, nuclear fission in the year 1938, Otto Hahn, Leibniz, and Strassmann, of course, discovered this one, splitting up of a heavy nucleus into 2 or 3 fragments. So when once it is bombarded with the slowly moving neutrons is known as the nuclear fission reaction, right? In addition to the 2 fragments, so you will get to 20 million electron volts of energy generated. Okay, this will be initiated by means of thermal neutron, and there are, of course, there are 2 types of nuclear fission reactions are there: controlled chain reaction, non-controlled chain reaction. Okay, this is the actual fission reaction. If this fission reaction goes on, if it changes again these 3 neutrons, 1 neutron when collide with uranium-92-235, it will be split up into krypton and barium. This is barium and krypton. In addition to this one, you will get 3 neutrons. So these neutrons will again collide with the 3 more uranium, and you will get to 9 neutrons and 6 fragments. And if this chain reaction goes on continuing, then this will leads to very dangerous situation. That is, this is the working principle of atom bomb. Right. Controlled chain reaction. This is the working principle of atom bomb. Uncontrolled chain reaction. This is uncontrolled chain reaction. Right. Controlled chain reaction. Controlled chain reaction means now the generated 3 neutrons are absorbed by certain rods. Okay. By certain materials. Certain materials, boron and cadmium rods. Okay. It will leave only 1 moderators and absorbing things. Moderators will slow down the neutrons, so generated neutron velocity or generated neutron power, and out of 3, 2 will be absorbed. They are the deuterium oxide, and other materials will do that business, right? And you will get to, in this stage, you will get to again 1 slow neutron. This will again collide with another neutron, and you will get to 3 fast neutrons, and again moderators and controlling rods will come into play. They will absorb again the excess neutrons by leaving 1, and its velocity is also reduced. This kind of controlled chain reaction will taking place in the laboratory or in the power plants, where it is known as the nuclear fission power plant. Nuclear fission power plant. Okay, nuclear fission power plant. Nuclear fission and plasma. Of course, fusion, right? Nuclear fusion. Now we will go to that is about the nuclear fission and okay, uncontrolled chain reaction is the working principle for atom bomb. Controlled chain reaction is the working principle for the nuclear fission power plant. Right. Let us go for the our present interest, that is the nuclear fusion and plasma. This was fusion reaction was discovered in the year 1929 by Atkinson and Countermans. Okay, right. This is this nuclear fusion reaction will take place in the stars. Okay, all stars. Okay, in the stars, the nuclear fusion reaction is combination of 4 hydrogens to give a helium nucleus and 2 positrons is the nuclear fusion reaction that is taking place in the stars. What is nuclear fusion reaction? 4H11 gives rise to He2, 4 and 2 positrons. Okay, 2 positrons, and of course 26.7 million electron volts of energy. This is the nuclear fusion reaction that is continuously and continuously taking place as far as the stars is concerned, and the material that is available in the region of the stars is nothing but the ion group, that is what is known as the plasma. Right. Now, in 1932, Marco Olympiad discovered helium-3 and tritium fusion. Helium and tritium fusion. Right. Now, the present reaction is deuterium and tritium fusion. Deuterium and tritium fusion. Okay. Helium-3 is nothing but tritium fusion. That is, this was discovered in the year 1932. Right. Plasma properties which are unlike those of that of the other states. Plasma is nothing but a group of ions that is naturally available. Okay, in the regions of star. Star is nothing but a plasma. Star is nothing but a plasma where the matter is available in the state of ions. It is bounded together in a particular well-defined region. Such region, bounded region, well-defined bounded region in which the ions are continuously moving with a tremendous velocities at high temperatures are known as the plasma. Creating positive or negative charged particles is called ions. Right. This is about the plasma, and we need not go for this one. Okay. Right. Now, basic requirement for fusion is energy released in it. Fusion reaction is the working principle for hydrogen bomb. Fusion reaction is the working principle for hydrogen bomb. This was conducted in India, Pokhran 2. In Pokhran 2, fusion reaction was conducted. Okay, in India. Okay, right. Stellar energy. Just now I said that the fusion energy that is responsible in the stars is known as the stellar energy. That is nothing but the combination of 4 hydrogens to give He2, 4 and 2 positrons and plus 26.7 million electron volts of energy. There are 2 types of fusion reactions that will taking place there: hydrogen-hydrogen cycle and carbon-nitrogen cycle. There are 2 cycles that are taking place in the stars. Okay, one is in the interior part, the other one is at the exterior part. In the interior part, hydrogen-hydrogen cycle of fusion reaction will take place, and in the outer part of carbon-nitrogen cycle of fusion reaction taking place. Whatever the cycle of fusion reaction that is there, whether it is hydrogen-hydrogen cycle, proton-proton cycle or carbon-nitrogen cycle, the ultimate reaction is combination of 4 hydrogens to give He2, 4 and 2 positrons. Okay, of course, those things are fixed here. It is not a so thing. Okay, this is proton-proton fusion. What is this one? This is proton-proton fusion, and the various steps and ultimate thing. And this is carbon-nitrogen fusion. Carbon-nitrogen, again carbon-nitrogen, oxygen. Okay, nitrogen. Ultimately, you will get the same carbon. Okay, and of course the net reaction is also 4H11 gives rise to He2, 4 plus 2 positrons. That is the nitrogen carbon-nitrogen cycle of a nuclear fusion reaction that is taking place in the stars. That is the stellar energy. Right. Conditions for nuclear fusion. Okay. For nuclear fusion, it takes high temperatures. fusion requires temperatures about 1000 million Kelvin, approximately 6 times hotter than the sun's core. Okay, right. At this temperature, hydrogen is a plasma, not a gas. Plasma is a high energy state of matter. Okay, all these things, you know, all these things. Right. Now, sun uses its mass and the force of gravity to squeeze hydrogen atoms together into its core. Okay, sun, because of its huge mass, it squeezes the hydrogen atoms into its core, and of course, these hydrogen atoms together using intense magnetic fields, powerful lasers or ion beams will become generated. Deuterium fusion requires high temperatures, so that will be taking place. Okay, right. Now the present fusion reaction is what this one. For deuterium tritium fusion, it needs 800 million Kelvin. Right. Now we are stepped into our formula of nuclear fusion, that is the deuterium tritium fusion. All these things, all the other things are very well known to you in your lower classes, because we know very clearly about the nuclear fission and nuclear fusion and the stellar energy and the plasma. Right. Okay. That's why I am just to revise those things rapidly. Now I want to step into the deuterium tritium fusion, which needs, this is the working principle of this one, and it needs 800 million Kelvin of temperature to initiate this one. Okay, to initiate this one. Deuterium tritium fusion reaction produces the highest energy gain at the lowest temperatures. Highest energy gain at lowest temperatures. Right. ITER fusion reaction is nothing but DT fusion reaction, that is deuterium tritium fusion reaction. When deuterium and tritium fuse, two nuclei come together to form helium nucleus and an alpha particle. Helium nucleus means an alpha. Helium nucleus means an alpha particle and a high energy neutron. Okay. When deuterium and tritium will fuse together, what are the resulting nuclei? Helium nucleus, that is an alpha particle, and high energy neutron. Right. Therefore, D12 plus T13 uses He24 plus N01. This is the neutron, and you will get 17.6 million electron volts of energy. Each fusion of a pair of one deuterium and one tritium, it will result about 17.59 million electron volts of energy. For potential nuclear energy sources, so for the Earth, the deuterium tritium fusion reaction contained by some kind of magnetic confinement seems to be most likely path. Okay, this is the most likely path of nuclear fusion reaction. Right. Okay. You know that there is a Coulomb barrier for the nuclear fission. That Coulomb barrier can be achieved by what this one, the tremendous amount of input temperature. The amount of input temperature that is supplied to the nucleons can able to fuse them together and to produce the alpha particle and the neutron. Okay, right. Next one, the deuterium tritium. Of course, the reaction deuterium tritium fusion. Okay, right. The most promising hydrogen fusion reaction, which is make up the deuterium cycle, is the fusion of deuterium and tritium. Right. At present, okay, at present discoveries and present knowledge of this region of physics is concerned, or this region of science is concerned, deuterium tritium cycle, deuterium tritium fusion is the most promising hydrogen fusion. Okay, hydrogen fusion reaction. Okay. The reaction yields 17.6 million electron volts of energy, but requires a temperature of approximately 40 million Kelvin. Okay, to overcome the Coulomb barrier and to ignite it. Of course, ignite means to squeeze them, to fuse them into together. Right. The deuterium fusion is available. What are the ingredients here? Deuterium and tritium. Right. Now the thing is, okay, whether these two things are available abundantly, right? So we will see that one. The deuterium fuel is abundant. No problem with the deuterium fuel. What is some fuel? But the tritium must be either bred from the lithium or gotten in the operation of the deuterium cycle. See, the thing is, what are the two ingredient materials nuclei, deuterium, tritium, in which deuterium is abundantly available in nature, whereas the tritium is not so. It should be bred, it should be supplied, it should be extracted from some lithium, okay, a reaction with the lithium, or okay, from the operation of a deuterium cycle, right? Here the thing is lithium 36, when it is collided with nitrogen, it will give tritium, okay, tritium and of course alpha particle. This is also another isotope of lithium. This also produces the tritium. Therefore, tritium can be produced by two isotopes of the lithium. Okay, this is one way. These are for the tritium. For the tritium. Okay, right. Deuterium source. Since the most practical nuclear fusion reaction for power generation seems to be deuterium, tritium. Okay, right. Now all these things are, you know. Now the thing is, the deuterium part of the fuel does not pose a great problem. It means that deuterium is available, okay, without much problem to us. So why, how, about 1 part of 5,000 of hydrogen in seawater is deuterium. In seawater, okay, for every 5,000 hydrogen, there is 1 part of deuterium. This amounts to our 10 to the power of 15 tons of deuterium. From seawater, we can get the 10 to the power of 15 tons of deuterium. Viewed as a potential fuel for the fusion reaction, a gallon of seawater, if you take a gallon of seawater, it can produce as much energy of 300 gallons of gasoline. Okay, whatever the, okay, any gasoline, you know, any gasoline, that is the traditional, non-conventional energy sources that can able to produce 300 gallons of gasoline source. Okay, energy produced by the 300 gallons of gasoline sources will be equivalent to the energy produced by 1 gallon of the seawater by means of the radium. Right. The tritium part of fuel is somewhat, what is this one? Problematic. Okay, there is no sizable nature source. Okay, sizable nature source. Sizable means the meaningful and the amountable natural sources are there for the tritium. Okay, tritium is a radioactive with an half-life of 10 years. It would have to obtain by breeding. Okay, tritium breeding or breeding is deuterium-tritium fusion is most, of course. Okay, already I discussed with this one. This can be achieved by means of this kind of lithium 36, and this kind of lithium also lithium 37. Okay, in both the reactions you will be able to get the tritium. Right. Fusion fuel cycles, deuterium, tritium, neutron and helium, you will get to 17.6 million electron volts of energy. There is another kind of fusion also, deuterium. Okay, 50 neutrons and hydrogens, 50%. Okay, right. Can be right. Okay, plus helium and tritium, you will get helium and tritium, neutron and helium or hydrogen and helium, but you will get only 3.3 and 4.0 million electron volts of energy. Deuterium and helium, this will produce 18.4. Deuterium and helium 3, this will produce 18.4. Right. Now, helium and helium, this will produce 12.9. Therefore, what are the two prominent reactions to this one? Deuterium and helium, and of course deuterium and tritium. But the fusionability, that is the fusionability is more in case of what is this one, deuterium, tritium, and it requires relatively less temperature when compared with the deuterium and helium. That's why this is the most promising, prominent reaction that is actually used. That is the fusion of deuterium and tritium. Right. Objectives of ITER. ITER mission is to demonstrate the feasibility of fusion power and prove that it can work without negative impacts. Very important, negative impacts. Especially the project aims to produce momentarily produce 10 times more thermal energy from fusion heating than it is supplied. It means that the okay, it is aimed to produce 10 times thermal energy that it consumes. It means that the Q value is 10. Output power is, okay, if output power is 500 megawatts, the input power is 50 megawatts of heat energy, therefore the Q factor is 5. Or, okay, to produce steady plasma with a Q value of 5. To maintain a fusion pulse for about 480 seconds, that is also very, very important. Fusion pulse can be able to maintain for 480 seconds is also a very, very important to what is one technicality as far as this fusion reaction is concerned. Alright. They ignite a burning, of course, self-sustaining plasma. Okay. To ignite a burning plasma is needed. Okay, right. To develop technologies and processes needed for a plasma power plant, including superconducting magnets, remote handling. Okay, right. And of course, the technologies are developed to conduct this process, including using of superconducting magnets and remote handling by means of robotic technology. Okay, that is very much needed as far as the maintenance and the initiation of this particular reaction is concerned. Right. Okay. Of course, again, tritium breeding process of, okay, is there any other process that are there in order to obtain tritium very economically? That is also going on with this one. Of course, the higher Q factor is greater than or equal to 10. Right. Again, DT fusion, deuterium tritium fusion. Right. Deuterium fusion will be initiated by means of this one. Okay. Its goal is to a fusion power plant to harness this energy, electrical energy. Generally high because of protons in each nucleus will tend to strong repel force. All these things are, of course, the what is this one? The Coulomb forces. And in order to overcome all these Coulomb forces, so this particular reaction will be initiated or triggered by means of the input to what is this one? Energy, input to heat energy and the magnetic fields and so many other fields that are that will be placed at this one. Technical design, all these things are just have a view because generally, okay, I don't know how the much about this one. Okay, this is only just to view. Okay, it means that I am not able to what is this one? Analyze all these things. Okay, what are the various components? Just I want to share what are the various components. Vacuum vessel, Bradar blanket tube. Okay, Bradar blanket tube. Magnetic system, very, very important. The central solenoidal coil using superconducting nobelium tin to carry 46 kilo amperes and to produce a field of 35.5 Tesla. Is a toroidal fusion reactor is known as the tokamak fusion reaction. Right? In the magnetic system, these are the various different technical things and the fields that are available. Right? Cryostat. Cryostat is a large 3.800 ton stainless steel structure surrounding the vacuum vessel and the superconducting magnets in order to provide the supercooled vacuum environment. It means that cryostat is a large stainless structure which covers the entire superconducting magnets and what is this one? Vacuum vessel, and of course it will act as a supercooled vacuum environment. It will provide the supercooled vacuum environment for those two components of what is this one? The ITER. Okay, and of course its thickness, everything will be here. Cooling systems, okay, how the cooling will be achieved, what are the different cooling agents that will be used as far as this cooling enclosure is concerned on what is this one? The tokamak the tokamak fusion reaction is concerned. Right. ITER story. These all years were the energy sources that shaped 19th and 20th century. Use of fossil fuels. But burning of coal, oil, gas, okay, has proved highly damaging to our environment. All these things are, carbon dioxide, greenhouse gases, all these things. Okay, global energy consumption tripled by the end of the century. Okay, the large need of a large demand of global energy is there. In order to address that global energy, this what is one fossil fuels are okay not sufficient. They are day by day they are deflating. They are not renewable energy sources. That's why a great demand of energy, new energy sources are required. Right, right. New energy sources are required. No single nation can face these challenges. Okay, it was realized that no single nation can face these challenges. International collaboration for new source of energy is okay needed. That was realized by so many okay great countries, and of course the then U.S. President Ronald Reagan and the General Secretary of the United States of Russia Gorbachev agreed to pursue an international effort to develop fusion energy for the benefit of all mankind. Okay, this agreement was what this one token agreement or the initiation was happened in the year 1985 at Geneva. Nearly 330 years ago, a group of industrial nations agreed to project to develop a new, cheap, cleaner, sustainable source of energy. Right. A broader approach agreement for complementary research and development was signed in the year 2007. It means that 2007 is said to be the actual step of agreement for the ITER is concerned. In the year 24, in the year 2007, October 24. Following ratification of all members, the ITER agreement entered into force and officially established the ITER organization. This is the roadmap of ITER. Roadmap. It was established in the year 2007. What is the roadmap? Site leveling. Site leveling by 2008. Right. Start Tokamak complex evacuation is by 2010. Start Tokamak complex construction 2013. Arrived of first manufactured components from different component nations by 2014. Start Tokamak assembly 2015. Complete Tokamak assembly by beginning 2019. But as a matter of fact, assembling is not yet completed. Right. First plasma expected by 2020. This is also still under undergoing. Right. Start to deuterium tritium operation. This is very important. Deuterium tritium fusion reaction operation can be aimed to do by the year 2027. 2027. Right. This is the roadmap. Next, India is one. There are 7 constituent parts bodies for the ITER. 7 constituent bodies, but 35 countries. In 7 constituent bodies, India is one. India has to contribute something. Each and every member of the constituents of ITER are allocated some target. They have to establish their own laboratories. They have to establish their organization. They have to do their own research, and they are supposed to supply the allocations that are done to the ITER, done by the ITER. Right. That's right. India has its own allocation, and therefore the allocation that is done by ITER to the Tokamak fusion reaction is nothing but the India's contribution. ITER is an experimental. All these things. Right. Tokamak, everything. Right. ITER India is the Indian domestic agency. Now the thing is, ITER India is the Indian domestic agency, a specially empowered project of the Institute of Plasma Research. That's why what is the official ITER body in India? Official ITER body in India is Institute for Plasma Research, an aided organization under Department of Atomic Energy of India. Right. ITER India is responsible for delivering the following ITER packages. ITER India is allocated these packages. What are ITER India has to contribute? ITER India has to address this one. What is this one? What are the contributions of ITER India, or what are the packages given by the ITER to the India? Protostat, Just now we observed that one. Involve shielding, cooling water system, okay, cryogenic system, ion cyclotron, RF heating system, electron cyclotron, RF heating system, diagnostic natural beam system, power supplies and some diagnostics. These are the allocated packages by the ITER to the India. Or on the other hand, these are the contributions that are made by India to the ITER. Right. Additionally, related R&D and experimental activities are being carried out at the ITER India laboratory in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Okay, technology development. Gandhinagar, Indian laboratory in Gandhinagar, Gujarat is also involved in this one in order to analyze the research and development activities as far as the ITER things is concerned. Of course, this is okay. Tokamak nuclear reaction. Right. These are all again the in-kind contributions. In-kind contributions in the contributions of India. Okay. Just now I listed there. Kareto star. Okay, Kareto star. That is a shielding cover. Okay. All the dimensions and of course its technical things are what this one listed over here. Right. Power supplies. Okay. There are other, what is the other thing? Power supplies. DNB, ICRF and ECRF systems. By means of this one, these power supplies are supposed to be supplied to this one. Okay. Right. Special material development. Special material development. CuCr, JERAR with compositions control to okay, CR 0.6 to 0.8%, JERAR 0.07 to 0.15%, cadmium 0.01 to 0.05. Total impurities not to exceed 1%. The total impurities should not be exceed 1% as far as this one is concerned. Right. Okay, ITER India Institute, that is nothing but just now I said that it is the Institute of Plasma Research. Institute of Plasma Research. It is a governed by the empowered body which is chaired by the Secretary, Department of Atomic Energy. And of course, actually it was India became a full 7th partner of ITER in December 2005. ITER India, Institute of ITER India means Institute for Plasma Research, located in Gandhinagar, Western India, in the Indian Domestic Agency to design, build and deliver the Indian in-kind contribution to the ITER, in-kind contributions and the listed things that are there, and of course in the previous slide also. Okay, right. Right. Overview of Indian delivery. Okay, how the deliverables that are there in India and what is their what is on progress or development. How these things are going on. Okay, these things are going on. Okay, in a promising way. In a promising way. These are the deliveries again that are listed here. Right. This is about a great, a mega ongoing global planet, global plan or global project covering 35 countries and covering 35% of the global GDP. Okay, right. Okay, this if this is successful, it will certainly addresses all the needs of power, okay, power requirements as far as this globe is concerned. Such a great thing it is, and if this project is on the way, as now this is 2020 plasma. 2020 is the step where plasma should be generated. Okay, that is going on. Okay, and of course a small change of this road to map will be taking place. However, whatever it might be. Okay, by 2027 or 1 or 2 years. Okay, for that one, ultimately this project will certainly achieve its goal to conduct deuterium tritium fusion reaction, and okay, which will be the ultimate fusion reaction that will addresses the power needs of this globe. Hope the ITER team will give best solution for the power generation to this plant, okay, with their grand success by 2027. Right? This is about the great project, and I am very happy to share this knowledge. This knowledge that is available in the ITER website and so many other things. And my present thing is just to give awareness on this one. This awareness will also a kind of what this one support. The awareness among the people is also a kind of moral support to the Indian contributions and contributors and Indian what is some part of ITER, and also the entire part of the entire team of the ITER and this one. Because tomorrow, if this if the good results of this project is helpful for all mankind, all the human beings on the earth, on this globe. That's why I am very happy to share all these things with you by means of this one. Thank you very much. See you.